What's up, guys? This is Mike Loris, going to be casting League of Dota week number 7. This is going to be one of the semifinal matches between the Thundercats on the Dire and CptRyze. Had them as wiki something. I don't really remember what they were called in the bracket, but it's CptRyze. So we're going to be calling them right now. If you haven't done so already, be sure to buy the ticket, only 99 cents. Get the fattest of loot and support the tournament, which has gone for a very, very long time. I've been doing this for a while now. Kind of weird because it's only on the weekends, so it doesn't feel like a long time. But yeah, I actually have been covering this tournament for quite a while, and well, yesterday's games were such a mess, and hopefully we'll be seeing I mean, they were one-sided a mess. There were a couple games that were pretty close, but also my internet and everything was not cooperating at all, so that was a thing. Hopefully it's not going to happen this game, but we have a draft going on. So let's stop talking about yesterday and start looking at what we have on the table. CptRyze going to open up their picks with a very, very specific set of heroes, Venomancer as well as the Pugna. So generally we do see Pugna head towards the safe lane and get farmed that way, because if you get a fast mech on Pugna, he is incredibly hard to deal with. However, either way they lane it, even if they put in Pugna mid, who against Slark may be in a little bit of rough shape, depending on the roaming situation. CptRyze is going to go for a lot of pushing. Venomancer with the Plague Wards is one of the most push-oriented supports, aside from, you know, the really, really deep Leshrac. I guess Chen and Enchantress are also pushing level supports as well, though I would say Venomancer is, I mean, he has a lot of pushing, but he's also fairly middle-of-the-road pushing. Like, you could use him for other things, but at the same time, he is a good pusher. CptRyze's Pugna also going to be doing the same thing, though Pugna going a little bit deeper into the pushing. You would see the Thundercats' response to that is going to be the ban out of the Death Prophet, whereas CptRyze themselves just banning out lots of those tanky offlane heroes. Bristleback as well as the Timbersaw with the Elder Titan are having already been banned out. Thundercats instantly going to follow that up with a Lifestealer. So Lifestealer, Slark, as well as Visage. So Slark probably going to be handling a lane by himself. Lifestealer going to be joining up with the Visage in a semi-dangerous dual lane. It's probably going to end up being there's probably going to end up being a third hero on that lane, make it a very dangerous tri-lane. And then, of course, whenever you have the Visage, you always have to worry about him leaving the lane and going to kill people. So that's always going to be a fairly big threat from the Thundercats. I think they probably want to get an offlane hero. I think a Clockwork would be probably their best bet, just because Lifestealer with Slark, it's a good combination. It's an okay combination, let's say. He will be able to get in there once Slark does the whole pounce into, doing that stuff. However, Clockwork is a lot more spontaneous initiation. The enemy probably won't see them coming from as far away, and hell, when you have a Lifestealer trapped in the cogs, whether it's friendly cogs or unfriendly cogs, then the Lifestealer tends to do work.
10 seconds remaining.
CptRyze going to get the third pick, Dragonite, so that is going to be their mid lane hero. DK versus the Slark is actually not too much of an awkward matchup for either side. DK, again, should be fine in surviving the lane. Slark shouldn't really be bothered by the DK too much, especially once he hits the level 6 mark. Though, so far the Thundercats don't really have that much in the way of initiation and counter push. CptRyze's lineup is going real deep in the push with that Dragonite pickup. Once they hit level 6 on the DK, that opens up the windows for pushing. Probably going to wait for a little bit longer. Wait till Dragonite gets a little bit more blood in him. Wait till he gets level, 7, 8, 9, that area. And then Pugna should have a good amount of levels as well, and then they're going to go for the push. But either way, they're going to go deep in the pushing in Thundercats. Well, when you're dealing with pushing in the form of Pugna and in the form of DK, you can't really rely on AoE on creep pulling, or pulling the aggro of the creeps in order to save your tower. Just because Pugna walks up, he blasts, and then hell, if he just does that once, it's probably worth it for him. So what you really need to do is get initiation. Lifestealer is a great hero to start that off. He's a very useful carry hero in the early mid stage of the game. Just being able to slow someone as well as be safe from dragon tails and blasts and all that other stuff will make a Lifestealer a valuable hero. If they get really, really pushed, Lifestealer would prefer to farm, obviously, but he could always leave and then kick some ass in some other way. Thundercats, though, they need initiation. They want to say that, okay, Pugna, you're going to walk up and try to blast your tower. Well, you're going to have to watch out for this hook shot, or, this Dream Coil, or this Blinking Puck, or, anything that actually gets anything that actually starts the fight and really puts the pressure on Pugna. Because Pugna, as well as, well, mostly Pugna, he's the kind of guy who walks up, chip damage, walks back. So if you punish him from walking up, if you catch him within tower range, that is the best way to kill him, because you're not going to win a long, drawn-out push
Dire
battle with a
team
Pugna,
ban.
because the Blast has, when it's maxed out, a very long range. And then, of course, you have Plague Wards that are always going to be dropping now that Nature's Prophet on the field. So CptRyze, they are fully committed to this push lineup. But Thundercats with the Crystal Maiden pickup is going to be pretty
10
good for them. It'll pull
seconds
the aggro
remaining.
still. I think Clockwork would be the best possible hero for the Thundercats to
5
pick up,
seconds
not only in the
remaining.
synergy of the Lifestealer, but also because CptRyze are going to be pushing. You have to start the fights before they have the towers, and
Reserve
Clockwork
time.
with his hookshot is probably the best hero to do so. Also, Pugna as well as Venomancer, Nature Prophet to some extent, all very vulnerable to the Clockwork. But Thundercats do have one more pick. We'll see what they want to do. I'm assuming
10
it's going to be a
seconds
Slark mid
remaining.
pick for them. That could not be the case, and they could run, something like a
5
Puck, which would
seconds
also be
remaining.
fantastic in my opinion. Though Slark will be kind of thrown to the wolves, he will be functional enough, I feel.
Radiant team banned.
So Thundercats could go for a mid lane initiator. Really any of the standard mid lane heroes, anyone to get the Lifestealer into the fight. Queen of Pain wouldn't be terrible with her AoE. Puck, I think, would be very, very good as well. CptRyze. They still need one more
10
support hero. I
seconds
think
remaining.
going for a Chen and or an Enchantress, maybe even an
5
Enigma,
seconds
get a little bit of
remaining.
team fight into the fray. But I don't
Dire
really see them
team
deviating from the theme of all of our heroes are here to push. Pugna, Dragon Knight, Nature Prophet, Venomancer, all pusher heroes. And Thundercats with the Clockwork. I'm
Radiant
pretty much
team
sailing
banned.
right now. I'm the captain of Thundercats. I'm telling them what to pick. It's going to be a Clockwork, so that's going to give them initiation. That's going to make fighting under their towers a lot more manageable. CptRyze. They could go for something like a Leshrac and do that, though Leshrac very, very vulnerable to the likes of Slark, Clockwork. Actually, I think Leshrac would actually hit Slark
10
even if Slark's
seconds
invisible.
remaining.
So I guess it's a pseudo counter, but at the same time, Slark could just
5
kill Leshrac,
seconds
so I
remaining.
don't really know how well that counter is actually going to work. But either way,
Reserve
they
time.
have, they could get those support heroes that summon things. They could put the Pug down more of a support role and just rely on a low-level blast, get something like a Lycanthrope, which wouldn't be too bad either. Though I do like the idea of going for the support that pushes, just because they need another support. Pugnaz's support is rather lackluster. Their lanes are looking actually pretty good. Usually when you go so deep into a strategy, you sacrifice your laning power, though, DK in the mid lane, Pugna, Venomancer, someone in the bottom lane. They will be very, very short on stuns. They do have only the DK stun. So, even though the stuns won't really stick either way, between the Slark Pact as well as Lifestealer Rage, just having some stuns on your side, aside from that single target stun in the form of the Dragon Tail, would be pretty useful for CptRyze to pick up. So I think the Enigma is probably going to be their best bet. It will give you that stun, it'll give you a little bit of AoE, it'll give you something to deal with that Lifestealer. And it's going to be a Shadow Demon. So it's not going to be that Enigma. The only hero on the CptRyze side that I would say is not necessarily a pushing hero, though they do need some form of getting a little bit more laning power. Shadow Demon also is a great tool in dealing with Clockwork as well as Lifestealer. Because Lifestealer, if he's running away with the Rage on, you purge him, and then that's usually it. Clockwork, if he hooks in with the Lifestealer bomb onto, say, your Pugna, you disrupt the Pugna, and then Pugna is fine for a couple seconds. He's still going to be in a little bit of danger, but there's no way around that. So a very defensive pick from the Shadow Demon, knowing that they are going to be initiated upon. Ryze's lineup is going to be slow pushing, and then they're always going to be initiated upon. I don't think unless the DK gets a very, very fast Shadow Blade, or if the Nature's Prophet gets a very, very fast Sheep Stick, that they're going to be doing any initiation of their own. As far as the mid game is concerned, early on, Shadow Demon as well as Venomancer with the Pugna damage to follow up is very dangerous, and they could initiate lane fights there. But as far as full-scale team fights, it's all in the ball court of the Thundercats with the Clockwork as well as the Lifestealer being the heroes to dictate the pace of that. Invest into a hookshot is probably the best way to initiate a fight in my opinion. Outside of Miracle Coils or Ravages or all those outrageous huge AoE spells, hookshot into a Lifestealer bomb usually is enough to kill whoever you're going for, unless they have, of course, something like a Disruption or a Force Staff, something like that. But even then, just getting them into the fight, messing up the enemy's positioning is really, really effective. And we're just waiting for someone to reconnect in. Looks like Oh my god, why would you name yourself that? YS defect? Well, defect isn't that bad actually. I just saw letters, but it actually does make a word, defect. Look at that. So we're going to be waiting for him to return as soon as possible. Hopefully it won't be too long. Hopefully we won't have to deal with any sort of remake. Alright, so I think we all know what we're in store for here. CptRyze is going to be going deep into the pushing. Most likely it is going to be a Venomancer Pugna as well as Shadow Demon lane. The Shadow Demon Venomancer roam is pretty dangerous against the Slark though. In the mid lane, I don't think they'll be able to really get effective kills off on the Slark unless he gets caught out with no Dark Pact, no mana, or just a rather strange low amount of health. But whoever they do roam to, they'll also have to worry about the Nature's Prophet. So, once the Disruption flies, once the Gale flies, then Nature's Prophet could teleport in. And if he has a point in Sprout, that's probably going to be a kill on anyone, probably except for the Slark. Again, Slark, a very, very hard hero to kill if you don't have a lot of burst. And really, burst isn't something that CptRyze have. They have the Blast, and they have Breathe Fire, and that's pretty much it until Wrath of Nature comes up for Nature's Prophet. On the other side, Thundercats, well, they have everything that they have all the correct tools in order to withstand this push. They have initiation. They have a good amount of AOE with the clockwork and the rocket flare. It will be very low level, but really all you need to do is pull the aggro of the creeps. And then of course they have the Crystal Maiden as well, who is right now not in the game, but her with her Nova will be doing the very similar role as the clockwork. So if TC could weather the pushing storm, they'll definitely take it in the late game. Between the Lifestealer as well as the Slark, with CptRyze's only late game-ish hero being a mix of DK as well as Nature's Prophet, and Lifestealer, of course, being a Lifestealer, it's probably going to kill them a whole lot and very easily. Slark going to be doing the same thing. Also, we have seen the Thundercats play before. I have seen Salem play, I believe, on the Slark before. I think it was just a really quick, really stompy game. He just got an early double kill or something like that, and then just rode that to victory. So yeah, I do know that Salen could play a Slark, in case anyone was wondering about that. But it looks like we're going to be going into this game. This is game number 1 of a best of 3, guys. CptRyze, Radiant, Thundercats on the Dire. This is a semifinals match, so winner of the best of 3 will go to the finals, where they will try to compete for, I think it's, what, 100 something dollars. I don't know if the prize pool changed recently or something. It's 100 something dollars. It might just be 100, might be 150, and a pretty sweet Dota headset with a Ginsu Scythe of Vise in-game item attached to it. It's one of those things. So it's yeah, it's pretty high stakes for a tournament. I think this time there was a key buy-in or something like that, and hell, we still had 123 teams sign up. So I think that's probably a very sustainable model. But either way, we have some lanes shaping up, and then we have on the CptRyze side, password wiki, PW wiki. That's actually exactly the, yeah, okay, never mind. It's going to be playing the Pugna, and we have Soneko. Sun Neko is going to be on the support Shadow Demon. Venomancer is going to be played by LeBron. On the Dragon Knight mid lane, we have Masquerade Dota. And on the Nature Prophet, we have that guy. Oh? Face? I don't know. Anyway, on the Thundercat side, Salen is going to be playing the Slark. Looks like he's going to start on the bottom lane. Clockwork going to be handled in the mid lane by 23. So a little bit of a lane swap, as a little bit different from what I thought was going to happen, but still rather effective if the Slark could get his levels in. I think he should be able to. Exiled, or is in denial? Or I'm just going to call him Exiled, I don't even care, is going to be playing the Visage top lane. Druid Boy is going to be hard carrying that Lifestealer, and Defect is going to be supporting him as the Crystal Maiden. Probably going to start off with a little bit of jungling, but Lifestealer versus Nature's Prophet is not really a lane that Lifestealer struggles too much in. Pre-level 6, it'll be a little bit rough, but after that, he's definitely capable of getting kills on Nature's Prophet. But then again, Nature's Prophet definitely very capable of getting kills on the Lifestealer as well, if the Lifestealer gets a little bit too careless, because his rage doesn't help him at all. Nature's Prophet, not reliant on his magic at all. Really, Sprout, even if I guess it technically does block Sprout, but he's not really reliant on Sprout in controlling a lane. So you can look at the mid lane, we see Masquerade getting hit really, really hard. I don't know what happened. Did they just... what? I just saw his health plummet, and the Clockwork only had one set of cogs. Maybe he trapped Masquerade in the cogs with creep or something like that, but either way, Masquerade taking a huge hit early on. And 23 now with a point in battery assaults could very, very easily go for this DK. I do like this lane swap from the Thundercat side, putting Salen down here in the much more survivable hero in the lane where he will really need to be survivable. And then putting, of course, the Clockwork in the lane that will favor him immensely. Clockwork versus a DK, I would say, is pretty much, 70% of the time going to Clockwork. Something like that. So it's definitely a favorable matchup for the Clockwork just because DK, he relies on getting close. He's a melee hero. And, oh, my frame rate, again, why is this happening? Mid lane Masquerade, gonna get cogged out again. Battery Assault, though, being split by a couple of the creeps. 23, though, still will do a lot of damage to Masquerade, force him back. Oh, God, I don't know what's going on with my game. It's been lagging so much recently, and I don't even know how to fix it. I guess if I stopped streaming, it would be fixed, but that's not really an option now, is it? So my apologies for everyone on Twitch. I don't even know what I could do at all. But we have on the bottom lane, Salen going to get disrupted. He's in a lot of trouble. Does he have a pounce? He should have a pounce. He doesn't have a Dark Pact, however. He's going to leap out, though that didn't really get him very far. Sony Neko taking a lot of damage. He might drop before Salen. He's going to salve up. He will be just fine. Salen is going to be the first blood. Wiki is going to be the one to secure that kill. Now a blast, as well as another curse onto Exiled. He's going to drop for a secondary kill. Shadow Demon finding one, with Wiki finding the other. LeBron taking some damage from the tower. He'll be just fine to walk his way out of here. And right off the bat, we have an early 2-0 kill advantage for the CptRyze side. Slark, without a point in Death Pact, don't really think it would have helped him that much, but hell, either way, he is going to drop. And what is with my frame rate? I'm going to see if I can close some more stuff, guys, so I will go silent for a little bit. Alright, so hopefully that's better, though it doesn't look like it at all. Okay, well, either way, Masquerade in the mid lane, putting a lot of hurt onto 23 with the double damage rune. Good thing I didn't miss any kills while I was tabbed out for like 1 second, but yeah, frame rate. Don't really know what the issue is here. Unless I'm like, this is like a hard drive being full frame rate issue, but I don't have anything on this hard drive at all, so... Oh, I have no idea, guys. So if you're on the Twitch stream, again, my apologies, but there's nothing I could do. Hopefully everyone in Dota TV is having a rather decent experience. Hopefully it's just me. Although if it is everyone, then I won't feel as bad, so I guess that's fine also. Salen has the level 3 mark and find himself a level of Death Pact. So now he's going to be a lot harder to kill, though still fairly vulnerable if the initiation from CptRyze is as good as it was last time with the giant wraparound lifestealer. Now with the Orb of Venom putting the hurt onto the Nature's Prophet on the top lane. My god, this lag is unbearable. But Druid Boy, 16 for 4 versus Nature's Prophet, 8 for 7. A lot of denies on this Nature's Prophet, but he's not really keeping Druid Boy down enough, I would say, in order to say that the lane is going his way. Meantime, the bottom lane Exiled taking a little bit of hurt, as does Salen. They will both be fine, however. Again, there's really no stuns on this bottom lane, so killing anyone is going to be a hassle and a half. Meantime, 23 as well as Masquerade duking it out once again, both with the bottles. Take a quick look at how they are both farming. 12 for 0 versus 21 for 7. Clockwork, not surprisingly, with the advantage in kills and in creep kills there. And Defect looking for blood on this top lane. He's going to find it as well. With the Nova landing, the Split Earth will surely land. Frostbite as well. A little bit unnecessary, but that is going to secure the kill on the Nature's Prophet. Lifestealer going to find that one very easily. With Defect finally appearing out of the jungle. He is level 4. He's been jungling very well as the Crystal Maiden. And, well, making his first presence in this game known in the form of a kill on Nature's Prophet is always very worth it. My god, this lag. I don't really know what's going on. I feel like I have to fix this, but I, again, don't really know how, and looks like the push on the bottom lane is going to happen. So everyone on the Twitch stream, please bear with me. They're going to go straight for the bottom lane with the Plague Wards. Not even up, actually. Venomancer taking second point in Gale. A little bit more damage there, but that's pretty much it. They do have a level 2 Blast, Phase Boots on the Pugna, so his right clicks are going to be hurting pretty bad as well. But the pushing is not as strong as it could be, though. Thundercat's definitely not ready for this push. This is most definitely going to at least put a lot of hurt on the tier 1 tower, and now with the disruption onto the Slark, he'll be cursed up as well. His pounce is going to be blocked as well. Salen is going to be dropped very quickly. Here comes the Crystal Maiden, but a 2-man Sprout will hold them both out. They can even go on this one. The Clockwork is in here, however. Cogs in the middle of everything. 23, though, is way over his head. He's going to be forced to fall back. Defect as well as Exiled, unable to help out in a big way with the Nether Ward down, doing a lot of damage. 23 now going to run straight into LeBron. Sony Neko, though, is going to be the first one to drop on the side of CptRyze. Here comes Salem once again. Gonna land the pounce onto the Venomancer. Put a lot of damage onto him. Dark Pact, level 1. Should be enough to kill him off. 23 is going to stay alive there. 3 for 3 so far with Lifestealer. Meantime, very, very weak and don't really know what was happening with him. But either way, Wiki as well as Nature's Prophet trying to take down the tower with the last of their health pool. Salem, gotta be careful not to get too close. You're taking a lot of creep damage there. He will get out of there. Nature's Prophet ultimate will snipe him off and exiled in denial. He's going to be on the run as well. He doesn't have boots, whereas Wiki does. So unless Wiki decides to give up the chase, this should be a very dead Visage. The blast is going to do him in, and in the end, the tower does go down. Dragonite in the meantime doing his own thing. So CptRyze fighting all this in a 4v5. Nature's Prophet going to secure the kill on the tower. He is going to pay for it with his life, but I think he's going to be okay with that trade. Nature's Prophet does go down. Do they have anything else to go for? LeBron 23 with hookshot in 3, 2, 1. Should very, very easily land this. Unless he turns around, he's going to go for something else. He's going to find the Dragonite. He's going to find everyone. He's going to dive right in 2v3. 1v3, actually. Lifestealer going to die in an instant. 23. Going to put up some cogs. Will save him for a little bit. Does LeBron have a Gale? He's going to chuck it, and it does hit. The rest of the TC side coming in, though. Salem going to catch LeBron with the pound. Salem is going to secure the kill on LeBron. Yes, it is going to be there. Soul Summon's going to fly, and Sonny Nico going to try to TP out of there. The damage, though, will be enough. Salem's going to find a double kill. Another long-range Soul Assumption will kill off... no, it didn't kill off Wiki. It looked like it was enough to kill him off, but it wasn't. Nature's Prophet now also on the run. Salem should have a pound suit enough. He does have a level 3, and unless Nature's Prophet has some sick jukes, well, there's the Tango through from the Slark, and Pounce going to miss. Mike, we lost your sound. No sound in the cast. Really? How did you lose my sound? Oh god. No, my sound should be fine. I'm seeing the thing on Dota TV. So we'll, I guess, try to figure that out. Oh god, so many technical issues. Alright, so it looks like after that entire bloodbath, we have the Radiant team. 2 towers in advance. In-game, no sound. Well, shit, Could you guys hear me now? Someone told me that open mic was a little bit bugged, and having the push to talk is probably the best way to go, though I do have to hold down this button. Druid Boy in the top lane is in a little bit of trouble. It looks like that actually fixed the lag rate completely. Holy crap, push to talk, you're amazing. There's the curse onto Druid Boy. He will instantly put on the rage and try to teleport out of there. The damage is not going to be enough.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Thank you, Wadia, for letting me know about those sound issues. Fortunately, there's no way for me to test by myself, but I see the little, like, you know, speech bubble on the right side, so I'm assuming I'm transmitting voice properly. But either way, we fixed the lag issues. It was open mic problems. Who would have thought, right? God damn. But now everything's fine. I'll just hold this button down for the rest of the cast. Should be no big deal. And I fixed, hopefully fixed the audio issues, and hopefully everything is going to be fine. But that is going to be the third Tier 1 tower taken by the CptRyze side. Salem's going to try to push out the bottom lane just by himself a little bit, though unable to really make anything happen out of that. Some big items with the CptRyze gold is going to start to come up off of those towers. Power Treads on the DK. Not much on the sports. Venomancer still only level 4, so his pushing isn't really kicking into gear, though Pugna is going to pick up the phase boots, going to go straight towards that Aghanim Scepter with that point booster. Get a little bit of bulk on those bones as well. Nature's Prophet with the maxed out Nature's Call is going to look towards, looks like the bottom lane, as everyone from CptRyze is heading their way down towards there. And they're going to try to take this tier 2 rather. Lifestealer does have the Infest, Clockwork does have the hookshot, though are they really prepared to fight this? Because Wiki is extremely strong right now. If they could burst down the Pugna, then that fight is going to go the way of TC. However, that's a pretty tall order. Masquerade on the front line. Salem going to instantly go into the invis. Start working on Masquerade with that Pounce. Disruption will save him for a little bit. Familiar stuns will catch one, but it's not going to be enough. Masquerade is going to get frostbitten up. Soul Assumption will kill him off. DK going to be the first one to fall. Defect as well as Exiled both on their way out. Should both be fine. In the meantime, Druid Boy as well as Salem taking out Shadow Demon Sprout up from the Nature's Prophet. Not enough damage or stuns to kill him off, but TC, they hold strong. They almost lose both of their supports, but they managed to keep both of them alive somehow. Not really sure how those two managed to do it, but that was effective enough. They caught out the DK. I had said that Pugna was probably going to be the easiest one and most effective one to kill, and I still stand by that. But if DK can be brought down, then you might as well bring the big guy down, because although he is very tanky, he is not invulnerable. And if you could focus him down, if you could bring him down, well then CptRyze, they don't really have any big bodies to hide behind. I guess Nature's Prophet Treants is going to be the only sort of form they can hide behind, but really DK on the front lines is what is like going to lead the charge for the CptRyze push. If you take him out, their push kind of crumbles. And now TC on the snapback, they're going to take down this tier 1 tower. It looks like, we do have purple Venomancer as well as Pugna in the area. Hookshot's going to be up in just a little bit, so they have to be careful. If they get hookshotted, they're both going to die, or maybe just at least one. 23 has it armed, has them spotted out, and it looks like they're going to fall back. I think TC might be scared about additional heroes hiding in this back area. The trees, they didn't actually scout that out, I don't think. They could have with the cogs. Oh, here we go. Nature's Prophet, V, Clockwork, hookshot in, though there's so many treants. And with the phase boots on the Nature's Prophet, he's going to run straight through his treants. Unfortunately for the Clockwork, going to burn his hookshot for absolutely nothing. Not the best time to find another hero as the Clockwork, and the perfect time for Nature's Prophet, seeing as though his treants literally just timed out as soon as the Clockwork backed off. So he's going to save himself from there. Phase boots also keeping him very, very safe. But TC with the 9-6 advantage, they are towers down, which is to be expected. Though, as it stands, they're not in terrible shape. We can see that reflected in the gold earn graph. They have a 2-tower deficit, but it's less than 2,000 gold advantage, and the experience advantage is going the way of TC. So if all continues as it is, if CptRyze don't take some really crushing pushes and actually start working their way towards the Raxes, then TC are going to look very, very good to, just weather the storm and then take this in the late game. Hopefully everyone on Dota TV actually does have audio now. I don't really know what else to do, because Dota is certainly picking up my audio. So, yeah, I don't know. But the lag is definitely fixed. That's a good thing. Looks like it's going to be, once again, all hands on deck for the bottom lane. We already saw this episode, but maybe it's going to be a little bit different, perhaps. Wiki, nothing much in addition on his hero. Level 4 Nether Ward still can be picked up. Masquerade, gonna go for that Shadow Blade. And level 2 Plague Wards on the Venomancer. I really think this level 2 point in the Gale, the Venomancer, probably a big mistake. That would have meant he had a level 3 Plague Ward instead of only level 1. And really, Gale, it does damage technically, but no one really uses it for damage unless it's super late game and you're trying to clear off creeps. So you really just want to have those Plague Wards as high as possible. Do more damage, and hey, take a couple more hits from the creeps. If you could stop the enemy creeps for just a little bit, it's usually worth it. LeBron now in a little bit of trouble. Familiar is going to zone him out. One stun will land. Salen to get it in there with the pounce. This is going to be a very, very dead Venomancer. He will land the Gale, but that's not going to really do much. Now hookshot in. He's going to catch Sony Echo 23. He's going to face up against the Disrupted Shadow Demon, though I don't think it's really going to matter. He's going to get blown up, though. Slark dying in the meantime. Nature's Prophet with the ultimate, zapping down that Slark, and Crystal Maiden is on the run from Masquerade. The jukes from Defect. Masquerade, sir, you just got owned. And now on the top lane, Druid Boy now going to go for Wiki, the Decrep. Going to save the Pugna for just a little bit more, and he's pretty fast with his little skeleton bones, but not fast enough. Instantly, the Lifestealer is going to hitch a ride in the Radiant Creep wave, but he is still in a little bit of danger. He's not in that one. He's not in that one. Alright, guys. So this is actually a pretty good pause because it'll allow Dota TV to catch up and, see if the audio is fine. Alright, so it seems like I still have some Dota TV issues. Hello? Test? Yeah, so if you're on Dota TV, well, you may or may not be able to hear this, so that's kind of redundant, but I actually have no idea what could be causing it. Because Dota's certainly picking up my voice. You can see it in the white speech bubble. But I honestly have no clue. It's never been an issue for me before, but hell, technology's been working poorly this entire weekend, so why stop now? We're going to be following the glorious adventures of this Lifestealer, as he is now going to pop his way out instantly into the Rage TP. Do they have enough damage? They shouldn't. Druid Boy is going to live after that very aggressive dive, take a little bit of damage from lots of spells, but the bottom lane is going to drop. TC finding that tower in the meantime while Druid Boy is making all the space in the world. They might want to keep going, though. No, they're just going to smoke up. They want blood, and I think that's the correct move. Clockwork is hookshot. Slark has a level 4 pounce, 2 Dark Pact as well. Not the highest level Slark, but is still more than capable of killing someone if he lands that pounce. 23 looking for hookshot in the mid lane. Sonny Nico, oh, you don't want to be there. The pounce is going to miss, but the hookshot, let's see if that misses as well. Run, Sonny Nico, run. He's going to live. Get Urn charged up. But now the tower is going to be pushed a little bit in the mid lane. CptRyze, they do have a lot of push, don't really have that much counter push. Put some bodies on the front lines in the form of the Nature Prophet Treants. Worked so hard for Wraith Knight for these guys. They will hold the tier 1 tower, and it's going to force TC to disperse. Alright, so the open mic fixed it. So, note to anyone who's doing anything in Dota TV or anything, open mic is a piece of shit, and don't believe its lies. Because it lags your game, it doesn't transmit to Dota TV, it's really just an awful, awful invention. And Valve, you should be ashamed for putting it out in the world. So, push to talk is going to be the way that we go. Hopefully I'll find some way of making this easier as opposed to holding down this button, but that's fine. Should be just fine moving forward, everyone, so hopefully everything is okay. 23, going to find Nature's Prophet. This is going to be round 2. Hookshot blindly. This time he doesn't have treants around him. He does have a disruption, though. It will curse as everything else. Will land on 23, though. 23 will be able to kill off Nature's Prophet and then straight teleport out of here. No stuns to interrupt this TP. Sailing in the area as well. A little bit too late to the party. I think he would have liked to get that kill, but Clockwork going to get out of there scot-free. And now Wiki. Oh, we saw this episode before. Decrep into TP. There it is. Will there be enough damage? Looks like definitely not. No basher or anything like that yet up on Lifestealer. He will let that Pugna get away this time, but hell, forcing out a TP with just a cast of Open Wounds, that is so worth it for the Lifestealer. He now does have a drum as well as armlet up. He's going to be hitting pretty damn hard. Not hard enough to kill off that that Pugna in however long it takes for him to TP, but still more than enough damage to go to town on pretty much anyone except for the DK. The high armor and the DK is the best way to deal with the Lifestealer outside of physical immunity. I.e., I don't. What do you? What? I saw you TP in there. I'm like, he's gonna cancel it, right? But he didn't. Nature's Prophet feeding. That wasn't even like he got caught out. That was he teleported right in front of Lifestealer, and he like begged to be killed. And now hookshot in. They're gonna catch LeBron one more time. 23. Put up the blade mail as well. Masquerade putting a lot of damage on himself. Pounce is gonna land. Sailing. Do a lot of damage with the Nether Ward, doing a lot of damage in return. Blast gonna fly, Sailing gonna use his invisibility to get away. Masquerade with the Shadow Blade now up, wants 23. Another Breathe Fire, another one hit that will do him in with the extra damage from the Shadow Blade. They're gonna take down the Clockwork in exchange for the Venomancer. Everyone else from TC on their way out will be just fine. However, Druid Boy still up on the top lane will just continue to farm. Someone has to deal with this Lifestealer, and someone has got to be not Nature's Prophet, because that just doesn't work out. I think DK is probably the best one to man fight him, but no one is going to win a man fight versus the Lifestealer at this point. They need 2 heroes. They need probably 3 heroes, actually. Masquerade with the double damage rune is a great way to start. There's the extra damage, and a Dragon Tail, unfortunately, not going to land. This Lifestealer is very, very quick. He's going to keep split pushing up that top lane. Generally not what you expect from a Lifestealer. You're not going to be like, oh, it's a Lifestealer. He's a master split pusher. But hey, if the shoe fits, you might as well wear it. And now the mid lane tower is going to be pushed. So Lifestealer split push, forcing a lot of the Ryze attention up on that top lane. Instantly, they will be punished because of this tower destruction, which, despite the attempts from Sonny Nico, he's going to get double stunned. No follow-up on this, however, so he's going to be just fine. And the Familiars, I think they're going to be fine as well. Yeah, she's going to take a little bit of damage on their way out. Not a big deal whatsoever. CptRyze, their pushing is all but stopped. Their last push was on the tier 2 bottom lane, and the longer this team comp waits to push, the lower the chances of them winning the game is. Masquerade going to try to look for some initiation. I think Xi might have seen him. No, he's going to snipe out a courier. Not a courier, a freaking Familiar. Masquerade now going to get initiated upon by Sailing. The pounce is going to completely whiff. However, into the invisibility he goes. Sailing will be fine as well. CptRyze, the longer they wait to push, the longer this game drags on, the stronger TC gets, the stronger the Lifestealer gets. He's really the biggest problem at this point. I mean, of course, you have the clockwork to worry about. He now will have his Force Staff up very, very shortly. And, of course, he has the Blade Mail already. So initiation from TC getting stronger and stronger. And really, CptRyze, they're getting weaker and weaker. The Aghanim Scepter not yet up on Pugna. He needs another 1,000 Gs before he can finish that item up. Venomancer has nothing. Shadow Demon almost has... No, he doesn't even have a mech. He has a Buckler, and that's it. And Nature's Prophet. Well, we have Venomancer caught out, and he will die. But Nature's Prophet, he's going for a Necro Book, which is going to help their pushing a little bit. But it's still quite a ways off before it'll be a significant factor. You need, 2, 3 more books if they want to really go deep into that. And Pugna, going to just hold the point booster, will go for the Force Staff. I think if they don't take another tier 2 in the next, 3 minutes, then CptRyze just loses this game. Because they're not going to take it in the long game. And they're sitting on a push lineup, and they're not pushing. It's not a good combination. They don't have the better team fight. They don't have the better initiation. They don't have the better late game. They have the better pushing, and that's it. And if they're not using it, well, they're definitely going to pay for it. Now Exiled going to pick up a gem. They're going to look to lock down the rest of the map. There are lots of wards in the mid lane, especially from the Radiant. And I think this might be TC saying that they want to go at least aim towards a Roshan. They have all the right tools to take a team fight. They have the true sight and everything like that. They have the damage. They have the tankiness from the Lifestealer. And there's the Medallion. Roshan will put up quite a fight, but I really don't think that CptRyze could actually do anything about this. This is probably their best chance to try to sneak a tier 2, but hell, even if they do that, they lose an Aegis. And Roshan golden experience. That's pretty substantial as well. Druid Boy going to go toe-to-toe with the big guy. And really, there's no response from the CptRyze side. They're sitting back way too much. I mean, they lost the last push that they attempted, but that doesn't mean that they should stop trying. It means that it's going to be harder when they do it, but if they stop trying, then they lose. That's just the way it goes. And it looks like they have actually stopped trying. They're going to clear off a really big stack with the DK. That is a triple stack of Ancients. We'll give him quite a large chunk of cash. But will it be enough? It'll put him enough for a Hyperstone, but DK still doesn't hit very hard. He's generally not a hero that hits hard until he gets a really big damage item like a Daedalus or something. He's very tanky. He'll put a lot of damage over the long haul, but over the short term, when you're dealing with a lot of bursts on the other end, that's not really what the Dragon Knight does. TC once again, 23 has a hook shot up. Blade Mail Force Staff. Would like to see an Aghanim Scepter next because I love seeing Aghanim Scepter on Clockworks. But even if he doesn't go for that, he's still 5-1-5. He's doing pretty well. Gold per minute actually still in favor of the CptRyze side actually. But no, that's only the individual gold per minute. Experience earned vastly in favor of TC. And the gold earned despite CptRyze's tower advantage, which has actually completely gone away, is now in favor of TC. So the late game is slowly crawling up with them. Sailing. Looking for blood in the top lane, will not find it. However, Wiki's going to get spotted out. Yeah, I don't really know if they want to waste their time with that, though. So CptRyze, to their credit, they're still farming decently. Nature's Prophet, Pugna, and DK, all three of them, still doing pretty well on the gold per minute chart. That really doesn't translate to that much. It's like you could have a CM on the top of the gold per minute chart, but she won't really do anything with that gold. And Pugna and Nature's Prophet, they're okay with gold, but Pugna is, at this point, I would say, way past his prime. Another ward will always be useful, but not super useful, not like, 5-10 minutes ago useful. And Nature's Prophet going for the Necrobook means that he won't be dealing heavy right clicks. DK is going to go for his BKB, which will definitely help the team fights from the CptRyze side, but he's still not going to be doing that much damage. I think at that point, TC could just afford to ignore him. Or just have the Lifestealer man-fight him. Because, again, Lifestealer will win a man-fight with anyone, although DK is probably the last person Druid Boy wants to go for. If it really comes to it, if Lifestealer finds an opportunity, then he could definitely kill that dragon. Yeah, the screen. So we're actually seeing a really passive game. Definitely not what I would expect from the lineup that CptRyze have picked up for themselves. They're sitting back just a little bit too much. Wiki's, they're trying to split push. They're trying to do all those things. Usually with an Nature's Prophet, you would say that that's fine. Wiki is going to try to man-fight Salen, though I don't know if this is going to go well for him. Decrep going to save him a little bit of time. Dark Pact, no need for that. He's going to instead pounce away. Wiki doesn't have another drain available. Was canceled because of the invisibility. Now Lifestealer with an AC. He's going to hit hard. He's going to hit fast. And with the Basher, I would say most likely going to be the next item for Druid Boy. Yeah, he's getting real scary. And Ryze, they're sitting back way too much. I may be beating a dead horse by constantly saying that, but really, they're not getting anywhere anytime soon if they continue on like this. Now my hand hurts because I'm holding down this button for so long. Open mic, please. Why do you not work? Yeah, they're pushing every lane just a little bit. It's mostly just a battle of split push. And CptRyze, they are, as I said before, keeping their gold per minute decently high. Though TC, I mean, they have a stacked life stealer. They have better initiation, even though the Clockwork isn't really farming as well as they would really like. That's completely fine with them. Clockwork doesn't need that gold to be super effective. And they do have a mech now on the Crystal Maiden. Mech should be soon up on the Shadow Demon. It is going to be up soon enough. But, I mean, it'll just nullify the mech advantage. So, mech versus mech, I think actually it's going to benefit TC a lot more. Because they'll heal up the Venomancer, they'll heal up Blasts, whereas TC, they're just healing Burst. Exile going to get caught out. He is going to try TP. He will make it out alive. 23 going to come to his rescue. He will get hit with the Gale, but the Blade Mail doing a lot of damage. The Nova is going to kill off the Shadow Demon, and looks like they're now on the run. 23, does he have Cogs? Not just yet. Drain going to be just out of range. The mech is going to pop, and the Freezing Field. LeBron, you cannot cancel this. However, Masquerade can. Defect can take a lot of damage from this. He's probably going to go down as well. Frostbite onto LeBron will try to take out this Venomancer. Will not happen. In the meantime, the south side, 23 will get beaten down by Necro units. Where is this life stealer? He's inside Salem. He's coming in hot, but not hot enough, I don't think. You can try to go one-on-one versus Masquerade. There's the pop-out. Masquerade. Does he have BKB? No. Oh, yes, he does. There it is. But he's not going to win this fight. He's going to try to Shadow Blade away, though he does still have the dust on him. Salem going to pop the drum charge, and they're going to try to chase this Dragon Knight down. He's so big, yet they can see him. Shadow Blade is not going to be enough. Slark with another pounce. Going to kill off the Dragon Knight, rather. So TC, the Visage survives. Life Stealer way late to the party. And CptRyze, they take a favorable engagement, but that was like a 3v5 for most of that. So if they didn't take a favorable engagement, you would say that something is really wrong with them and that they are probably going to lose soon. But yeah, as expected, they took a favorable engagement, 3v5. But that was without TC's largest net worth of hero, like by a long shot. So not really representative of the power of TC, whereas CptRyze kind of get thrown a freebie there. If Lifestealer was in that fight, you could bet that Venomancer would have died, Shadow Demon would have gotten severely punished. Nature's Prophet, I don't know if he was actually in that fight. Didn't see him. I assume he was, because that's what Nature's Prophet does, but now Lifestealer going to start looking for blood. He's going to run into a couple Necro units. He could fight them pretty easily, actually. Unless they just run away and kite him, Druid Boy. Yeah, there you go. The Manor pauses. Druid Boy almost kills off that one Necronomicon warrior. But 18 to 10. CptRyze falling behind more and more after that fight. You can see how small of an impact that had on the gold per minute chart. Experience that's equally as small. You gotta be some sort of character to talk about yourself in the third person. Like that, at least. Kind of weird, in my opinion, just a little bit. This game has been quite passive, quite a few pauses. If only there was some way that my mic could be open all the time without me having to hold this push to talk button. Wouldn't that be nice? Clockwork is going to go for the Aghanim Scepter. Let's take a quick item check. Oh, Druid Boy. You're so silly. But yeah, Pugna, still working his way towards the Aghanims. He's almost at it, actually. Masquerade has finished the BKB. Looks like Venomancer going to go for an Aghanim Scepter of his own. Not really too sure if I like that or not. He is actually sitting at level 1 Poison Nova, even at level 11. Sure, I mean, why not, right? Mech not yet up on the Shadow Demon, though we will just need a couple creep kills to get that up. And Nature's Prophet sitting at 2200 gold. Salem gonna go for what looks like a Scotty. It's a pretty good item on Slark, though it's a very long ways off. He's not farming as fast as everyone else. Visage gonna go for his Aghanim Scepter, and that's almost done. And we have Crystal Maiden not packing that much around, though 1100 gold could be a pipe for the team. Would be okay, that would have been that was the biggest bluff of the game so far. The Aghanim Scepter now completed on Pugna, by the way. And then Lifestealer with 2800 gold is most assuredly going for a Basher. Gotta stop them TPs, man. It's either MKB or Basher, and Basher is a lot more fun. Yeah, there it is. Basher up on the Lifestealer. And, well, this game is exhilarating. It's really just super exciting. Oh, wow, okay. Slark just finished the entire I've Scotty. I guess when I looked at his items, I didn't look at his gold. There's a lot of bulk on this Slark now. A lot of lockdown as well. So Slark going to be, a little bit more dangerous. He wasn't, so far in this game, he hasn't been the most devastating of Slarks. Only 5-4-3. He's been taken out quite a bit. The pounces, they've been fairly well juked by the CptRyze side. It's going to be a big push in the top lane. Looks like CptRyze are finally ready to get back into gear. But is it too late? We'll see about that, if this push works or not. Druid Boy going to clear out these Necro units. Eat up that last will damage with the Rage. And just like that, the push has stopped. That was the hardest push I've ever seen in my life. But really, CptRyze, they gotta group up and do something. Roshan, well, we don't know how long that's gonna be just yet, but oh, hook shot in. 23 doesn't hit on to LeBron, but it doesn't really matter. The damage is most assuredly there. Visage gonna find the kill on that Venomancer. And now, well, CptRyze, they can't push, even if they wanted to. It's gonna be 1 minute 20 until that Roshan is back up. So I think at this point you might as well just wait it out. I mean, hell, we've been waiting for like 15 minutes already. What's another minute 20? Or they can just go for a tier 2. Looks like it's going to be a tier 2 for tier 2 trade. This, of course, will favor TC, seeing as though they will struggle a little bit more to take down these towers. And it's really CptRyze should have been doing this a long, long time ago. It's going to be tower for tower, and TC going to look to breach the high ground. They have a lot of right-click damage, though I don't think they really want to engage in a base trade. They might actually win a base trade, actually. And there's Blast, there's Nature's Prophet, Treants, but at the same time, Druid Boy is, opening up a whole can of whoop-ass on this tower. Yeah, they're winning this base trade. Fortification, oh, man, they're demolishing this base trade. Rax is now in a lot of trouble. 23 has a hook shot available. Is he going to do it? He's thinking about it, but the Raxes have already dropped. This is not a base trade that CptRyze are going to win, though it looks like they're going to take a melee Rax for melee Rax. Not too bad there. Teleportation coming in, though. Wiki is going to get Nishipon Salen, as well as Druid Boy coming in with the Invest Bomb. Salen needs to get his invisibility off. He's getting weak. He's going to get mech'd up. He will be just fine. Masquerade will get bashed before he can TP out of there. He's going to die as well. It's a melee Rax for melee Rax, but, CptRyze get a couple more kills on that end. Really did not expect a base trade to happen, of all things. Roshan should be up very, very shortly. And DK, Pugna down. I mean, TC, they do lose their Raxes, yes. But it's 31 minutes into the game. It's not that big a deal, especially since they took a set of Raxes of their own. Now Roshan is up. And with DK as well as Pugna both down, there's no way that CptRyze can contest this. Not a chance in hell. Though if they don't go for it, then go in. Check it out. There you go. Roshan's up, and that should be, yep, there's the ping. Everyone should be going straight towards it. They had 20 seconds to do it, and, 20 seconds and change once the DK actually makes the journey. Well, yeah, here we go. Roshan. We'll see how long this guy really lasts. And CptRyze, they have no way of dealing with this. I guess they're doing the right thing and pushing out the top lane. But now Lifestealer has picked up the Abyssal, so no one's going to be teleporting out from this guy anytime soon. This Lifestealer is absolutely terrifying. Yes, he has 2 more item slots to fill after he ditches his drums, which still do have 2 more charges on it. Aegis, of course, taking that other slot. Instant hood into pipe from the CM, so Venomancer ultimate, though it will be buffed up by an Aghanim Scepter, will be doing pretty much nothing. Because that's, well, I guess Blasts might burn through the pipe a little bit quickly as well. But either way, Venomancer damage, Blast damage, not much magic damage is going to go to the TC side. And if it does go, there's Mech, there's regeneration from Slark. Of course, Druid Boy has an Aegis and a magic immunity. So TC going to barrel down this bottom lane. Was CptRyze going to try to do the same thing top, though. TC at this point, with the damage they have, they're pushing a lot faster. And I don't think CptRyze could base trade like this. They got to come back, they got to try to take a fight, and this is not going to be a fight that's going to favor them unless they get some real sick value. 23, going to look for a hook shot. There's the missile going to fly. 23 still looking for it. Okay, maybe you don't even have to look for a hook shot because they're not getting disrupted at all. They're just going to tear down the Raxes. That works too. Why fight? Why do we always have to be fighting, guys? They're going to take down the melee, they're going to take down the range, they're going to teleport back so that they don't lose their own. Salen is going to look for a pounce target, will connect on the Nature's Prophet. Wiki is there, though, with the blast, as well as Decrep slow him down, but still, Nature's Prophet dropping very, very low, very, very quickly. Masquerade can pop the BKB, though it's way too late. Nature's Prophet, as well as Pugna, both already dead. Masquerade, need that Abyssal. Well, the BKB times out, and he's going to get stunned by the Battery Assault. He is now as good as dead. Druid Boy trying to get into the cogs, though very, very confused at how to do so. But it's another set of Raxes taken by TC. They're now two Raxes ahead of the CptRyze side. And I think it's time for them to go straight towards the top lane. Mid lane's going to be pushing in, bot lane's going to be pushing in. Might as well seal the deal. They still do have the Aegis. Or Druid Boy could just chase Sun Neko down. Go get him, Druid Boy. Chase this guy down. Will he guess the right way? He guessed the wrong way, but it looks like it may. Well, Sun Neko. Run, Shadow Demon, run! Oh, he's going to make it out. Oh, no, he's spotted. Do they want to kill him? Now, they're just going to go for the range vax. Really, really easy to take, and there's no way that CptRyze can defend this. All the while, Visage on the top lane. He's kind of weak because of the previous fight, but hell, he's going to be more than enough to take down those creeps in the top lane. Druid Boy going to demolish that in like 10 hits or something like that, less. So, mid lane, bottom lane, completely taken by the Thundercats. And now, everyone goes towards the top lane. No tier 2 tower there. Hookshot is going to fly. Hookshot's... Oh, I guess he got to... I guess he went to the creep wave. I guess that's okay. But everyone on the top lane and CptRyze, they're on their deathbed. They need a miracle team fight right now, and I just don't know if it's in the cards, because, I mean, TC, they don't even have to fully engage, and now the Clockwork, Aghanim Scepter, he can be firing those hook shots left, right, and center, no matter where he wants to fire it, he can. Whoever he hits is pretty much dead. Unless Shadow Demon and Pugna team up to save them. 23? What are you looking for? Well, Dragon Knight's going to pause it out one more time, but does it matter? I don't think it does. Because unless CptRyze take the best team fight they've ever taken in their entire lives, which is very unlikely, seeing as though their lineup isn't really conducive to doing that. The TC side, they don't have to push. They could just sit right here all day long. Can't draw when it's paused, although it's on the minimap. But they can sit here all day long, wait for TC to find the eventual hook shot, and then bot lane's going to be pushing in, mid lane's going to be pushing in, CptRyze, they're eventually going to be caught with their pants down. It's just a matter of time. TC, they have no pressure on them. With the exception of this, I guess, Nature's Prophet, though he cannot really... Oh, he could kill this in one hit. He won't be able to backdoor through the Raxes. And even if he does, TC will see that and just be like, hey, wait, we could just either go back and kill this guy or just kill his base and win the game. Both of those will be pretty good options for them. So CptRyze, I really don't know what they could do at this point. They're definitely outgunned. They're outfarmed. You can see 10,000 in favor of TC in experience, and gold rather, and close to 20, or closer to 20 in experience. So we might want to start playing the Requiem, the Funeral Procession now, because CptRyze, it's not looking good for them. Use sellotape to hold down the push to talk button. I could do that, but it'll have to be really tight, and I don't know if I actually want to do that. And then if, like, it probably will eventually loosen up, and then I won't notice or something. So then I'll just be, like, speaking, and then I'll lose audio again. I guess I could rebind push to talk to, like, 3 on the number pad, and then just get something to hold it there, because I don't press 3 at all. Actually, we're going to do that right now. I will have to remember to change it back once I play my real games, but whatever. Okay, if I could find the option for it, Jesus. Am I blind? Twitch, am I blind? Show recent events. Where is it? Jeebus. Voice. Here we go. Voice could be 3. Alright, so let's find something heavy to hold this down. Well, One needs to be heavy and small. Has to be something around here. Searching, searching. Maybe that's definitely not heavy enough. Here we go. A combination lock. Get over here. Oh, crap. That's... Nope, 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 nope. Hell yeah. I am MacGyver. Combination lock, holding down the button, and now we have open mic. Here we go. It's a good thing I didn't miss anything. I think we've been relatively caught up on this game. Basher's up on the Slark, though. I mean, really, does that matter at this point? I don't know if it does. Oh, man, this is so much better. This is so much better. Valve, you gotta fix your open mic, man. Really, you gotta do that. How long is this pause going to last? Druid Boy wants to play. I understand, Druid Boy. I wanna go too, cause it doesn't look like. Okay, here's what's gonna happen. They're gonna unpause. I think a rocket flare just flew. Yes, they're probably gonna catch Shoneko. Do they see him? No, they don't. This is the vision. Oh wait, they could just hookshot this guy and kill him. Yeah, so this is what's gonna happen. They're gonna unpause. DK's gonna run over. Hookshot's gonna fly through him. Wiki. He'll decrep himself, though it won't really help that much because he's still going to die eventually. Salem's gonna go straight for LeBron after that, and then after that, Soneko will, I guess, disrupt the Pugna, try to buy him a little more time. But DK at this point is a little bit too far away. He'll run in, Dragon Form, Shadow Blade, BKB, all that good stuff. Nature's Prophet will also come in, try to get a hex onto Salen or whoever he could find, but it's probably not going to go too well. And then it's just going to be it. What? Okay, okay, my mic should be fine. I MacGyvered the crap out of this solution. Hello? Did I just lose my mic? No? Dota is just not picking it up anymore. God, did I... What? Okay, there it is. I don't... Okay, so the audio issues are probably going to continue because the combination lock solution is probably not the best way to do it. But that's fine. Oh my Jeebus, what are we waiting for? What is this? Guys, we're on a strict timetable. It's actually the first time in like forever that we actually started the game on time. Give 1 minute or we forfeit the first game. I would say that's a little bit extreme, but this game is pretty much over already, so it's not really extreme. Druid Boy is happy. Druid Boy is sad. How would you know if the mute is useful or not? Alright, well they're gonna call it. I guess Teal can't reconnect in or something, or it doesn't matter. Salen, oh my god, look, it's like I'm a prophet or something. Look at that, I called that almost perfectly. But the game's gonna end anyway, guys. Thanks for watching. After that long-ass pause, that was the most anticlimactic thing of all time. We're going to be moving on to game number 1. The sides will be swapped. We're going to be going to the EU server. So hopefully there will be no server problems there. Hopefully there'll be no more lag there. My god. But I think I fixed it. Thanks for watching, guys. We're going to move on to game number 2 right after